everybody back to Heroes Brews live with Kevin and Ty. Kev's pouring a certain beer. You know, it's not Sunday yet because the current beer of the week is still Trogs. What is it? Why am I playing out? The Holly...
No, Lucky Holler?
Lucky Holler, wow.
Yeah.
My brain's fried. It's been a Friday.
It's been a week.
It's been
a week.
You know, we had our fun, you know, with all the DC fandom going on. I almost forgot that for a second. My brain's going, man.
It's all good, dude.
Yeah, it's been a fun week with that kind of stuff. We had 4 videos come out. Plus today we're going live. We're pushing out content like it's nothing.
Yeah, man. How was your week, dude? Besides crazy.
You know, I worked 4 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, and now it's my second day off. So, I mean, it's been nice. TGI Friday, Gina, you know it. Let's go. Those Philly Pale Ales.
All right, Gina. All right. Lay the questions on us.
So, Kev, what is our beer of the week, which will be on Sunday? Which is what, might I add you? What day is that?
Oh, it's beer of the week day, my friend. It's my favorite day of the week. We are doing, which is kind of crazy, that we've never done this before. Because we've had so many yards on here, probably because, you know, my fault.
As I drink with the yards showing.
Yeah, nice, man. Showing the label off. We're drinking the Yards IPA.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. It's just straightforward. It's just Yards IPA. No crazy name. You know what I mean? No crazy looking can. Very, very clean can. I really like this can. Very I don't know. This it's a very it's a classy can.
Yeah, it is. By the way, Laura, what up? The wifey's in the chat. Let's go. You know what? You know, fun fact, real quick. I thought I had this beer before. Never had this beer before.
You've never had it?
Never had it before. I went to go check it in on Untappd when I was drinking one before, and 0 check-ins. And I have been very, you know, on top of my Untappd game. And I don't think I've ever had the normal IPA.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Gina says drink a Philly Pale Ale for her. Do you have one in the fridge?
I don't, surprisingly enough. I drank all of them that I had, but there will be more in there. Trust me.
I haven't had it since your wedding, I don't think, which was over a year ago now.
I mean, there was a lot of Philly Pale Ales flowing that evening.
There was.
So I had to kind of take a break from them for a little bit. So I tried to switch it up. And I actually recently bought just a 12-pack of cans not too long ago.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, I'm sorry. I'm totally lying. Even before that. So normally what Yards does for at Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies play is they have these.
The big cans. You got those.
Yeah, they're the big Johns. They're like 20 ounces or something like that of beer. 20 ounces or 22 ounces, something like that. And so Laura and I drove down and we got that because we figured, like, you know, we're not going to be allowed in the baseball stadium for a few more years. So we figured, shit, like we like to enjoy those. So, you know, we're gonna buy. And it was actually a really good deal, like for the amount of beer that you're getting and the amount of money that we paid. I forgot what it was, but anyways, it was like too good to be true.
Yeah.
So we got those. But yeah, man, their IPA. I love their IPA, and I really can't. I don't remember the first time I ever had their IPA. I forget the first time I ever.
Mine was today.
Tried it. Yours was today. Yeah, August 28th. That's awesome.
There's the first one. Here's the second one. Double fisted.
I'm glad you. So I mean, what do you think of it? What's your thoughts?
It's good. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't taste like your typical IPA. It kind of has like that Yards Brawler kind of taste to it, with a little bit of hoppiness added to it. I don't know if that's completely wrong, but that's what I get from it.
So I love that you said that, because their IPA to me is like my favorite kind of style. I mean, I guess you would I don't know, you would kind of push it more towards the category of like a West Coast style. I mean, you know, it's clear. It's kind of got an amber color. It's pretty like piney, not too much like citrusy, but it also has like a slight like malt kind of
Yeah, it
flavor
does.
to
That's
it.
what I'm tasting is that malt, that like broad
And
malt going on.
yeah, it kind of reminds me if anybody out there is familiar with Free Will Brewing Company, they have an IPA called Techno,
Yes.
which is similar to what Yards IPA is. So like when I think of like when I want to enjoy an IPA, like or I don't know, I should say like my go-to IPA is something similar to this style, and it's not just because it's Yards. It's I promise. But this style of IPA is what I love. Like
Yeah,
this is the kind of IPA that I want.
it's not my favorite IPA. I give it a 4 on the Untappd, but it's good. Like I do like different tasting IPAs. I like that it has that malt taste to it, like you said. Your mom
Yeah.
says hello. Welcome to the show, Mrs. Barrett.
What up, Ma? What up?
And Gina was referencing the best evening. I think that was your wedding, which, you know, the Philly Pale Ales helped me create our awesome dance. The little intro going on.
Oh, that's right, man. Yeah, that was a hell of an intro.
Right? Yeah. Came
hell
up in seconds.
Did you really? Was it in seconds?
It was like a minute or two, I think I came up with it.
Well, you were with Rose, right?
Oh, Rose, that's right. I was with Rose.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Who's Gina's sister?
Yes, that's what I'm messing up. My bad.
Yes. Yeah, that was Laura and I did not come up with it in seconds. We planned months in advance.
Months in advance. Well, you have to. You're the bride and groom.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to just bring it, and we even like rehearsed like beforehand, and you know, I think we did a pretty good job. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, you know, I rewatch it, and I think
I like the slide down. You know,
that was the main thing. we wanted to get like kind of sexy during our intro. That was the whole point of doing the rub down. Really, look at the party started.
Thank God you guys did in 2019, because if it was 2020, right? I don't even know.
Dude, we said that, man. We said, oh my God, like if we, Jesus, if we waited till this year, which we had thought about doing, it would not have been good. It would not have been good at all. I feel really bad for people that had their wedding scheduled, because it's tough, man. I mean, just from experience, you know, you have to book these places like almost a year in advance, and set up all your vendors and all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of planning, and then, you know, we had a pretty hefty guest list, you know, and there was quite a few people, Gina included, that were coming, you know, from different states, like flying in, and like, yeah, so I'm glad that we ended up getting married when we did, because this year's been a doozy.
Yeah, it has been a doozy. And it's funny because Matt, his brother, got married 2 weeks ago, I think. They had to cut down their whole like guest list. Only like, you know, a certain amount of people could go because of the restrictions and stuff based on venues. Sure. So, you know, they still had fun, but it kind of sucks that you can't like have all the people that you wanted there celebrating with you.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, man. It's really unfortunate. I know some people that I think were having small ceremonies, but they're gonna like postpone the reception until next year.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool,
because I think actually kind of smart, because you're separating the costs of everything. You know, you can save up more if you need to. So
sure,
not a bad idea.
I think everybody deserves that reception.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's like the ceremony. It's great and all, it really is. But like that reception, like that's something else. So everybody should have the opportunity to enjoy something like that.
Yeah.
Something I was gonna bring up. I don't know if you wanted to bring it up. The iHeartRadio thing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring it up next.
Okay,
actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well then, there you go. Segue.
Because funny story, they extended the pitches till the 31st. So I wish we would if I would have known that, we could have spent more time on it. But it's already submitted.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, the 31st of this month?
Yeah, it was supposed to be on the 27th, and yeah. But anyway, Kevin and I decided to put our hat in the ring because iHeartRadio is doing the next greatest podcast competition. We wrote our pitch. You know, we threw a little supporting elements in and hoping for the best. So if it does go to the next round, we get to make a pilot. They give us some money to make the pilot, and maybe we become, you know, the next greatest podcast.
That'd be incredible, dude. That'd be incredible.
Maybe they're watching right now just to like, get a look at us, see what we're all about.
They could be. I don't know which side's better. They're both
I
pretty
gotta get my hair cut by Laura because my hair is.
Oh, is that hence the hat?
The hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Laura, I need the cut. I need trimmed nice again.
I need to trim the nice again. And you know what? The whole the pitch thing. I don't even know if I don't know the details. I guess we can't have any supporters kind of like put a good word in for us or anything like that. I think it's really up to. Well,
Gina just said she got. We have her vote for the greatest podcast. As I can't speak today, I was trying to play Xbox with Cord earlier, and I was trying to like pronounce that someone was behind her, and I could not get the words out of my mouth for the life of me. Today, I don't know what is wrong with me. I had issues speaking. Out. Oh yeah, completely. If it happens, please just call 911. I mean.
Oh man, I don't know. It's just I think it's just been that kind of year, man. Yeah. Sometimes I can't even think straight half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Laura, please fit me in. Like, look at this. Hold on. I can't hear you, Kev, for a sec, but like, there's a lot going on in this. It's too tall. Too much going on. We're gonna hide the hair, and Kevin, I'm back with you. Oh, and Gina's gonna write us a nice, strongly worded letter for iHeartRadio.
That would be incredible. Gina,
I wish they did.
Our number one fan,
right?
She's our number one fan.
I wish they had a recommendation letter section. We could send that in.
And I wish that too, man. I mean, hey, shit, like, it's cool. I heard it the other day, and I thought, hey, like, why not? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that because it's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, it would be incredible. It definitely would be incredible. But I guess we'll just wait and see what happens.
Court saying
wish us luck.
Court said, "Sup, jabronis." Court, we are not the jabronis. We named the jabronis. Yeah. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson knighted me back in 1996 and said, "I am not a jabroni, but I can announce jabronis." And that's the story.
That's a true story. It's hot as shit in here. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn on my air.
Yeah, Kev's going to turn on the air.
Hopefully you don't hear it, but...
Court had a great day because me and her friend Nick, and my friend too, but he's her neighbor, and she was having internet issues all the time when we were playing Xbox, and we all checked our internet speeds, right? I had 750 megabyte downloads. Nick had 900. Court had 70. So we were ripping on her like, yo, you play Xbox, you need more bandwidth for your internet. And she spent like 4 to 6 hours today trying to figure out her new internet.
Holy shit. Wait, what does that mean? Like, what is bandwidth? What does that
so
even
there's different...
I have no idea.
So when you get your internet, this is gonna get really nerdy. And not like the fun kind. This is gonna be really nerdy, the boring kind. So when you have your internet, right? You know the cable lines that run down the streets?
Yeah.
So there's fiber lines in there, right? And that's how the companies pass your internet. And they have control of how much bandwidth, which is your speeds, that you can get. So when you pay for a package, basic packages are now 200 megs. Court had 100. But, so they pass that through. If you pay for more, they open up your bandwidth so that way you can, use more devices without any, like, delay or lag. So the more you pay for, the more they allow for your bandwidth. And that's what that is.
Interesting. Okay, I had no idea. So maybe I need to open my bandwidth because when I'm trying to work from home, there's this lag all the time when I'm typing. And all of a sudden everything pauses and it's like, whoa.
Typing isn't internet lag. Typing is computer lag.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I need a new computer?
Uncle Bill, thank you for tuning in. What's up?
What's up, Uncle Bill?
Court said it was not fun at all, which I agree. Because her conversation could have been fixed. This guy tried to charge her $215 for 200 megabytes of internet, right? Of download speed. And for that, you can go anywhere for like $20 to $30 a month.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That guy sounds like a piece of shit.
Yeah, so Court spoke to more people down the line and got it situated, and she doesn't have to pay $215. It's actually a lot less.
Oh man, dude. Whew. Good Lord.
Yeah, so if you want, Google internet speed test, and you can check your internet speed, and you'll see what you have.
I know. I guess I need to do that. I've been thinking about looking into them pod things to like plug in the outlets. Maybe that'll give me a little juice. Yeah, we have Xfinity, and they advertise these like pods. They're like hexagon shaped pods, and you plug them in the outlets in the room, and it apparently gives you some extra juice.
Oh, they're probably Wi-Fi extenders. Is that what they are?
Yeah, I like to call them pods, Ty.
Okay.
They could be that though.
Pods. I don't know. Maybe they're pods.
I think Xfinity calls them pods. I don't know. I could be making this up, but I don't know. Just it gives you more gumption in your internet. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, man. How many of these IPAs have I had? Jesus, they're 7%, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, so they're
they're up there. Holy shit.
Yeah, they get you going, man. Oh yeah.
Good old Yards. That's why you like them. They get you drunk all the time.
It's not even about the drunk type. It's about the taste of the beer.
It is.
And a little bit about the buzz.
I mean, I'm a little bit about the buzz because when I went to Beer Mill, I obviously bought my 6-pack, right, of Yards IPA, Beer of the Week for next week, which if you're watching this on YouTube, it's this week. Anyway, I couldn't help myself because I had to buy one of their slushy mixed drinks, and it's been great. It's been a great day. I had their Jamaican Me Crazy. No, well, it's Jamaican Me Happy now because I think someone complained that it said crazy. So now it's Jamaican Me Happy.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm afraid to say anything anymore.
I know.
You can't even say the word crazy anymore? Because of all the crazy people out there, they're offended all of a sudden.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, they're like, how dare I know I'm crazy. He doesn't need to tell me I'm crazy. It's a drink. Get over it. Jesus, maybe have one. Shit.
Have a Yards IPA, their signature IPA from back in the day.
Saying. Delish. What's with these slushies, man? I'm seeing these slushies
Dude,
all
they're
over
awesome.
the place.
Court just said, I had it the last time. She had the Jamaican Me Happy, and it was delicious. Dude, because of COVID, like, beer distributors and stuff are allowed to sell, like, drinks you can drink on the spot. I don't know what the law is, but I love it, and I'm all for it. So, keep them coming. Every time I go to Beer Mill, I'll leave with a slushie, as long as it's my day off. Sometimes I will drink one when it's not my day off, but no one needs to know. No big deal. Yeah.
Now everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone watching the stream.
Oh shit. But yeah, these slushies are just they're extremely popular. Like I'm seeing, you mentioned beer distributors. There's restaurants now that you can like get slushies to go. There's some breweries like Workhorse incorporated their porter into
and their rosé. They have their porter and their rosé as mixed drink, as slushy drinks. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but what I want to know is like where, like you mentioned the law. When you're taking these things, how do they? I mean, I guess they don't know whether like someone's like shipping these things like when they're getting in their car.
It's true. I've been tempted. I'm not gonna say I did it.
It's good.
I've been tempted.
Did, yeah.
But yes. I also literally live maybe 60 seconds away from where the beer mill is. So if I happen to have a sip of it before I got home, it would not be an issue. Maybe to the cops it would be, but not to me.
True. Have you sipped it before you parked your car? Okay. All right. We'll talk off camera. Yeah. But
so,
yeah,
Kev,
yeah.
How many times have you watched the Batman trailer since the last time I spoke to you?
Okay, let me think about this. Honestly, though. So wait. Okay. So, all right. So I don't know if I combine these or what. So how many times have I watched just the trailer? Honestly, probably like 13 times.
So it's funny because I saw Fat Man Beyond, the two hosts. You know their names. I don't.
Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard.
So Kevin Smith spoke about the trailer, and I saw in an article. And
what did he say? I haven't listened to it yet.
So he loves the look of the Riddler, but he saw people complaining about it. But he's like, dude, I'm more intimidated by a guy whose face is like taped up rather than a guy in like a flamboyant suit that's green and purple with, question marks all over the place. Which I agree.
Yeah.
For the tone and the setting of how the Batman is, the way he looks now in the trailer is absolutely perfect. I think it's the best way to go. It fits his, his mantra, because he's taping people's faces up and it looks like he's kind of taped up a little bit. I think it's perfect. And if you're going for this murder mystery type thing, you don't want a flamboyant, character to be taking the mantle of that, because no one's going to take him seriously, especially if he's some, mysterious serial killer that's just taking people out for whatever reasons they have. You got to make it ominous, and I think the way they have it is completely ominous. I think it's great. I'm excited.
I agree. I don't know what people want anymore, man. Like, they're so, like, they confuse the shit out of me. I mean, I understand that majority of people that have seen the trailer on YouTube, maybe they haven't watched the Matt Reeves interview, who is the director of the film. But Matt Reeves, he came out and he said, this is what I'm going for. This is the kind of story I'm telling. It's a grounded detective noir story. So if you're trying to make this as, and I feel like Nolan tried to do the same thing. He tried to make it as realistic as possible. Like, if a Batman figure and these, Batman and with the villains that we're used to with Batman, try to make them as realistic as you possibly can. Matt Reeves is trying to do that, I think, but like times 1,000. Like, so if you're doing that, like you just said, I mean, we all know the Riddler. We know the Riddler from the comics, from the '60s Batman show, from animated series, animated films, and you can get away with, and even like Jim Carrey's rendition. But the tone that Joel Schumacher wanted to do was this very vibrant, campy, over the top. So you could have a Riddler that was covered in question marks and like a unitard sort of thing, because it fit with the tone of the movie. I don't know how you could possibly do a realistic movie, a realistic, grounded noir detective story with some guy covered in question marks.
No, it would
I just
be
don't
weird.
think it's going to happen.
No, it would just be weird. And, for Batman Year 2, he's just starting out, obviously, and he's, going after Batman. So I think it makes sense. He doesn't know, exactly who he is yet. He just knows that the Batman in his sense is a liar, and he wants to show that. And that's it.
That's something Matt Reeves said as well. A lot of these villains that everyone is used to, everyone's familiar with. And I really loved how he had said this is almost the origin story of them. Like these certain villains that he has chosen for this first film, they are, they're on their way to become the villains that we know, such as Penguin, Catwoman, Riddler. So they don't have that. They can't really be given that title just yet.
Yes.
I mean, this is really just it's not an origin story for Batman per se, but it's an origin story for his villains, which I really appreciate it. But I think everybody just needs to like pump their brakes for a second and just wait for the movie to come out, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to see the movie and they're going to freaking love everything. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't. There probably some people might hate it, but it is what it is. But a lot of these people that are naysayers are going to watch it and they're going to love Colin Farrell's Penguin, Zoe Kravitz Catwoman, and Paul Dano's Riddler. They're going to be like, we've never seen anything like this. This is unbelievable. So I think people just need to calm down and just wait, because I think it's going to be really, really good. Matt Reeves' track record as far as films go, from the films that I've seen of his, I've loved every single one. That doesn't mean he couldn't have one film that's like a stink fest. But I have a pretty good feeling about this movie. I really, really do.
I do too. And the thing is that I like is that going forward, if they do a trilogy or more, that they can go more into the introduction of a lot of characters, of villains, I should say, because he's just starting out, and that's when all the villains start showing up, is when Batman comes about. And that's when the masks start coming, the super villains start showing up, and I think that'll be really cool to see, because a lot of these characters that are in, the Rogues Gallery for Batman have very interesting origin stories. And to see those play out on the big screen, I think it'll be really exciting. And I think it'd make a lot of money for the Warner Brothers. I think it's very worth what he's doing. Matt Reeves, his vision, I think it's smart. I think they need to go full force with that.
I love it. I Something that Matt Reeves had discussed that we haven't really seen so much in a live action movie is the psychology of Bruce Wayne,
Yes.
and and what mentally what he is dealing with, as a young adult, going through the trauma that he went through as a child, and wanting to become what we know as Batman, and what Batman does for Gotham. We've never seen that before. We've never
No.
really like gone into Bruce Wayne's head, and I feel like that you're going to do that. Something I kind of hope Matt Reeves touches on, which is I think I had discussed with you, one of my favorite episodes of the animated series, which is kind of crazy because I'm thinking like this was a kid show, but there's no way like a kid
No, not
would be,
nowadays. Not
yeah, would be in,
nowadays.
yeah, like first off, there's some episodes where I'm like, holy shit, I'm watching it with my nephew, and I'm like, okay, hold on a second. But there's one in particular that I loved, and I'm thinking as a child, like, how would you even like be engrossed in this? But me being who I am, I probably loved it, and I love it now today as a almost 32-year-old adult. There's an episode where there's a district attorney. It's not Harvey Dent, because Harvey Dent is now Two-Face, right? So you have this district attorney. She's a female. I forget what her name is, and she is against Batman and everything that he does, everything that he supposedly stands for in her eyes. And she wants to bring Batman to justice. She ends up being kidnapped along with Batman, and they're brought into Arkham. The Joker is the judge. The jury is full of Two-Face and Mad Hatter and Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and basically she's forced to defend Batman, in that Batman didn't create these villains. These villains are pressing charges against Batman, saying that the reason they exist is because he exists. and she's supposed to defend Batman, saying that the reason Batman exists is because all these villains exist, and someone needs to protect the city from these villains. So it's kind of crazy because all she wants to do is press charges against Batman. Now she's forced to defend him, and at the end she realizes we need someone like Batman.
Yes.
I kind of hope Matt Reeves dives into that. Do the villains exist because there's a Batman, or does Batman exist because there is the villains and there's crime and there's this and there's that? And I would just love to, because I kind of feel like it's like a chicken before the egg thing. I don't think there is a definitive answer.
I like that. Comment in the comment box down below what you think. Did the Batman come first, or did the villains come first? Because in my opinion, the reason Bruce Wayne obviously became Batman was because his parents were murdered, cold blood, by some guy who wanted to make some money, tried to steal some pearls, whatnot, right? So there wasn't, in a sense, super villains back then. But once, this mass crusader came about trying to stop these, low-life thugs from doing the things that happened to his family, I think that created the persona for these characters to, make up their weird names and become the Penguin, the Riddler, the Joker. Because without Batman, no one's going to run around with a persona that fits what their motives are, or what they look like, or what they represent. Because I think Bruce was the original to start this whole chain of events to happen. In my opinion. That's my opinion. I know you might, you said the whole chicken and the egg thing, but in my opinion, I think because of Bruce Wayne, the Batman created this laundry list of characters who go against him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough question that I don't even know if I could answer on the spot. I mean, I would have to really think about this.
Jim Lee? Should we get him on real quick?
Jim Lee? Do you have Jim Lee's number?
Yeah.
Call him. I'm not sure. He'll probably come on and I'll just be like, I won't know what to say to Jim Lee, but if you have Jim Lee's number, by all means, please call him. I would love to chat with Jim Lee.
Wait, hold on. We got a good question from Christy Roberts. Or would you have more villains running around with the fear of Batman chasing them?
Would I have more villains running around? Well, first and foremost, I think Batman has the best rogues gallery in comic book history, right?
Easily, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I know some people might say Spider-Man doesn't. Spider-Man has a great rogues gallery, and I feel like, to me, Spider-Man is like second. I mean, but Batman's villains, I just think more people are familiar with those villains. So that
Yes.
kind of shows you the impact. Like even people who aren't comic book readers are familiar with like Penguin and Joker and
Yeah.
Catwoman stuff. So I don't know. I mean,
See,
I love the character of Batman, but I love his villains. I don't know. His villains like steal it for me.
See, with Gotham, Gotham itself, which I've heard before, even DC fandom, they said it. Gotham itself is its own entity, and within Gotham, I think without Batman, you still have more, villains and criminals running around doing what they're going to do in Gotham. But with Batman, it's tough because I think, in my opinion, that these certain characters, like the Penguin, the Riddler, Joker, I think they took a more prominent role because of Batman. And they said, hey, this hero can get this much, this much like press and recognition. Why don't I do that? And that's what my opinion's about. I think that's why these supervillains have came about. But again, without Batman, I think there would be more crime in Gotham, not from namesake characters, but with run-of-the-mill, burglaries and robberies and murderers. Because Gotham's always been that crime-ridden city that, people tried to help, but even the GCPD was always corrupt. So I think you would see more crime without a Batman in Gotham.
Yeah.
And even though, I think he's the reason for the supervillains, I think there is less crime in Gotham because of what Batman represents and what he's done.
I've always been fascinated with, in particular, the Joker and Batman's relationship. Just because, it's so, you look at Batman and Joker, and I really feel like they're like yin and yang, right? I mean, you have Joker who is all about chaos, and then you have Batman who's all about justice. But then you have Batman who's this dark, shadowy figure, and then you have Joker who's this bright, vibrant, over the top character.
Yes.
And it's just so crazy. They're dynamic, and Joker has such an obsession with Batman. He doesn't want to kill or destroy Batman. He's fascinated by the way Batman is and why Batman is the way he is. And there's something about Batman that has a fascination with the Joker. He'll never kill the Joker. He'll never kill anybody. And there's a code that he has in place because he feels like if he crosses that line and kills, he's just as bad as the people he's trying to put away. But there's also a fascination, I think, that Batman has with the Joker, where the Joker's kind of like, listen, you're just like us. I don't know why you're trying to fight us. Like, just Gotham is there. You can't turn Gotham around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where I feel like there's this little bit in Batman, in Bruce, where he almost feels like maybe there's not. Like, why am I doing this? Am I wasting my time? There's so many layers to Batman. That's why I love Batman, is because I just feel like you could really pick apart so many different aspects of Batman. I actually have a book that's called The Psychology of Batman. Have I ever told you about that?
Yes, you have.
And it literally breaks down like all the villains and how the villains, their particular their particular makeup, how it relates to Batman. I mean, like, for example, I think I told you, like, Two-Face. There's two different sides to Batman, Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is the masked, Batman is the true entity. Yeah. And then you have a character like Harvey Dent who, suffers from bipolar disorder and goes through that tragic accident, and he's a district attorney, and then he just kind of gives up on all that and ends up turning towards a life of crime. Like, it's really, really crazy. What do you think about it? I mean, I don't know if everybody thinks about it as deep as I do. Like, I could go on for hours about how just like,
we know.
I know. Everybody's like, hey, Laura's probably in another room. Like, Jesus, we know. Yeah, we get it. Okay, shut up.
Hold on, official Anton. What is that? Hastings SMP. Welcome. Thanks for coming up. But what's funny to me is that with the psychology of Batman, right? And you even said it yourself. There's the entity of Batman and Bruce Wayne. Like, you can say that he is just like them because of, he goes out of his way He makes his own justice, and that himself could make people think he's crazy. Why is this guy dressed up as a bat, trying to protect the city when there's cops? But on the other side of it, Bruce Wayne knows that the cops are corrupt, that he needs to do what he needs to do because his parents were killed easily without any justice, and he wants to create his own justice. So there is a little crazy that people can see outside of, Bruce Wayne to see, like, Batman's also on the level as his rogues gallery. So that's that's what I like about the comics and Batman. A lot of people, again, the question was, is, Batman the reason for these villains? But when you expand that in the comics with, like, Superman and aliens coming to invade, I feel like that's where you start to say, no. If an alien's going to invade, they're not coming because Superman's running around. They want to conquer a planet. But when it comes to Batman, I feel like it's going to happen because of him. That's where my gray area exists. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can agree with you. I mean, as we're discussing it, I'm kind of thinking about it more and more. And, I get why Bruce took on this mantle to become a vigilante, because he just felt as if, the police in Gotham they weren't enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
And they need something more. They need someone who, at this point, has to go beyond the law and take charge. Become a symbol to strike fear, in these individuals who are trying to take over the city.
Yeah.
That he grew up in, that he loved. I don't know. So you could say, like, when you have, like, mob bosses, you have, like, the Maronis, the Falcones, and I would even consider Penguin like a mob boss. Like those, I think those would exist even without Batman. But when you get into the more fantastical villains, like Riddler and things like that, you can't help but think that they came about because of someone like Batman, someone that felt to them was an adversary, where they felt like they wanted to challenge someone who wanted to stand for good, and prove that maybe they were that individual being Batman is just as insane as they are. So I don't know. That is it's a pretty interesting debate.
It is.
I mean, it's interesting to me.
Me too. I mean, I love it. And Anton, thanks for all the follows. We got 5 follows right after he said, "Here's a bunch of follows." He's like a magician over there, sending out follows to us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, greatly appreciate it. That's awesome.
So Kev.
Yeah.
I know we spoke about it on the YouTube channel, but besides the Batman, what was your favorite moment of DC fandom? And I'm bringing this up because it was a great event that they did. And I've seen a lot of memes where Marvel fans are feeling neglected for, no really? Show of what they have coming up. And it's funny, and I want to see what Marvel has coming up next. I want to see,
Same.
When is Black Widow coming out, especially with movie theaters opening up. I want to know when the Disney Plus Marvel shows are coming out, and I want to know all this information. And they need to do something. They need to make it, make themselves known. They need to talk about it. They're leaving us all in the dark.
It's kind of interesting. And then I'll answer your question about DC fandom. I know Comic-Con tried to have their own online Comic-Con thing, and apparently it was kind of a bust.
Yeah.
From what I heard, it wasn't very successful. I mean, it was to the point it wasn't so successful. I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know they were trying to do like an online Comic-Con. Did you?
Yeah. No. But also, Alan saying the Static Shock movie. I agree. Did you watch? Kev, did you watch that as a kid? Or no? Static Shock.
I did watch Static Shock. Yes, it was on. I think it was on WB17.
It was
back in the day, right? Okay.
And I did. And my favorite episode, which I think Alan would agree with, is when Batman and Robin was on the show trying to track down the Joker, and it was fantastic. I don't know if they were actually tracking him down. I think they were trying to figure out who the villain was, and it happened to be the Joker. But what a dynamic. It was so cool seeing Batman and Robin with Static Shock, and just, promoting that character that way was brilliant back then. So smart.
I did like Static Shock a lot. I remember really enjoying that cartoon. And to have a live action movie, I embrace that. I think that's a really cool idea. Like, I think
Yeah.
he's a really cool character that I don't know if he gets enough recognition. But I think it's a really, I'm really glad that they're trying to bring that to
Yeah.
like live action. That's awesome. Um, but anyway, you had asked me. I'm sorry. You had asked me what my favorite part of DC fandom was besides the Batman trailer. Um, wow. Let's see.
I know what mine
Um,
was. Mine was obviously Dwayne Johnson being
yeah,
Black Adam, killing it with his promo style event that happened. You know, the motion comics that were made by Boss Logic were out of this world. Which it's funny because I followed Boss Logic for so long, and to see him have such success, you know, with
sure.
his art, because he's extremely talented.
Yeah,
If you don't know who we're talking about, go on Instagram, just search Boss Logic, and just look what he does. He takes, you know, actual like actors and actresses and puts them in costume with, you
yeah.
know, through Photoshop, and in the best way possible. He it looks so real, and I'm so happy that this guy got recognized because he deserves it. And the stuff he did with, you know, Dwayne Johnson, Jim
Yeah.
Lee, and himself for Black Adam, for these motion comics, for, you know, DC fandom, outrageous. So good.
A little tidbit about Boss Logic, and I'm kind of curious to know. Uh, I know he did before Henry Cavill was announced as playing The Witcher in that Netflix series.
Correct.
Boss
Yep.
Logic did an image of Henry Cavill
Yes.
as Geralt, I think the character's name
Yes.
is. I forget.
Geralt. Yeah.
Geralt. And then all of a sudden that came out. So I don't know if that was just I don't know if like Netflix saw that and went, shit, Henry Cavill, yeah, like he'd be a great choice based off the artwork. I don't know, but I think that's pretty incredible. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying about Black Adam.
But yeah, so Dwayne's been casted for so long. I showed the Funkos I have of Dwayne. I have the yellow pad. I've been watching him since 1996, since I was a wee boy, and I have nothing but respect. And I'm such a fanboy when it comes to Dwayne Johnson. And the electricity he brought to his panel at DC Fandom for Black Adam just got me so much more excited for this film. And I know he's going to kill it. Because when Dwayne goes in on something, he puts in his all. And let's get this straight. This man is going to be Black Adam. He runs a production company. He is now the owner of the XFL.
I know.
And, you know, he will probably still do professional wrestling stuff with the WWE when needed. Like, this guy is a man of all trades. And he works out like 3 or 4 hours a day on top of everything else he does. This man probably sleeps 2 hours, 3 hours a day. He has so much going on, and he has so much energy. It makes no sense. I need to
There's
be
no
on
time to sleep,
what that
yeah.
guy is on, because Dwayne, if you're listening, you know, help us out, and we'll help you out. All right, like get us some clout. I need it.
Yeah, damn, Dwayne, come on, man. Yeah, that was pretty exciting news. I mean, I've always been really pumped. I've always wanted to see Dwayne Johnson in some sort of superhero film.
Yes.
It just fits. And to hear that he's playing Black Adam, when we found out about him being cast as Black Adam, like we had said,
five, 6 years ago,
something like that. Perfect casting choice. And I think he'll bring something really unique to like the DC universe.
Yes.
And
like a rock bottom, Alan, if you're still watching, like a rock bottom to Henry Cavill's Superman. That's all I need.
Yes, I had said before, I want to see Henry Cavill Superman against Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. But even I was a huge fan of the Shazam movie with Zachary Levi. And if no one who's watching or listening, if you haven't seen Shazam, please watch Shazam. It is an incredible film.
Yeah, it's fun.
And normally Shazam, his nemesis, so like Batman to Joker, Shazam is the Black Adam.
Yes.
So I think Zachary Levi Shazam against a Dwayne Johnson Black Adam, that interaction would just be incredible.
Yeah.
Because like literally Shazam is a kid who morphs into an adult superhero to go against someone like Black Adam. Like I could just see like there'd be so many amazing like comedic moments. I don't know. I can't wait to see that. and I hope we get that at some point. I really, really do.
And Alan just said that he can people elbows the Flash. Yes. Ezra Miller's getting the people's elbow dropped on him real quick. I love it.
So actually, because I'm trying, yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So we actually on our podcast we had talked about DC fandom and just kind of did a highlight thing, and we totally forgot about the Flash. I don't know what to think of it. What did you kind of take away from the whole Flash thing?
Obviously, they're pushing away that he choked out someone. No one knows. It's just gone. Brush under the table.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Obviously Ezra Miller is passionate about being the Flash. They shot a scene for him and Grant Gustin to have for the Crisis, so he does want to be the Flash. He loves it and he's happy. Great. Choking out someone, not so great. Probably shouldn't be promoted anymore, but whatever. Yeah. I think they're doing a lot with this movie. If we're gonna have Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton as Batman again, both of them, they're going all out. Like, they want this movie to succeed, and I think what's gonna happen, which I saw Jeffrey Dean Morgan do in an interview, that he was upset because he wanted to be Thomas Wayne, but I think Michael Keaton is gonna be Thomas Wayne, which kind of sucks because I really wanted Jeffrey Dean Morgan to take the mantle. So did I. Yeah, I think he would have been the perfect Thomas Wayne as the Batman in Flashpoint. But I guess we'll see.
Okay, that kind of bums me out a little bit because I mean, hey, listen, to have Michael Keaton come back as Batman, for me, like, just speaking from my own opinion, as a nostalgic thing, I mean, shit, that's incredible. That's a Batman I grew up on. So to see him come back is cool as shit. I mean, I love Michael Keaton. However, if you're trying to somehow, if you're trying to hold on to this DCEU that they've been trying to establish, and then it's kind of going away, and now it's kind of coming back again. I don't know why you wouldn't cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I mean, he played Thomas Wayne briefly in Batman v Superman, but based off of the characters he's played in other films,
track record,
the comedian, and
you got Negan, Negan, the comedian, that is like Thomas Wayne to the T.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, it really blows my mind. And if you're casting Michael Keaton purely as like a gimmick, then that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be this, like, gimmicky kind of thing. Like, it just, if you're doing it to where it doesn't make sense, it's just like, hey, we're bringing Michael Keaton back. We know people loved Michael Keaton.
The thing is, listen,
don't do that.
At the end of the day, Michael Keaton wasn't the murderous Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne in Flashpoint, if you haven't read or watched Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, he shoots people, he kills people because his son was murdered and his wife becomes the Joker. So he's brutal. Michael Keaton, his Batman wasn't a brutal Batman. He didn't kill people. He was the normal Bruce Wayne. So to bring him back to play Thomas Wayne, to see him in the cowl, and yes, nostalgically, awesome. But for the character that he's supposed to be playing as Thomas Wayne, who kills people, no. That doesn't make any sense.
See, I know that we had brought this up before because I had said, when the rumors were coming out that they were considering Michael Keaton, I thought, oh, is he going to be Thomas Wayne or is he going to be Bruce Wayne from another timeline? And to hear that kind of, I don't know, it just kind of, I don't know if I really dig that much. I think I would have been more excited to have Jeffrey Dean Morgan if they were really going to go the Flashpoint route and really introduce Thomas Wayne. Why not just have him? I that doesn't make any sense to me.
I agree. But maybe Jeffrey Dean Morgan's blowing smoke, trying to trick people. You never know.
That's true. I also found out, or not found out, but I've been hearing, the rumors with now, of course, again, this could be WB blowing smoke. When they had announced that Ben Affleck was coming back, but they just said that he just received like the script last week and then just agreed to it. Does that mean he's only going to be in the film for like 5 minutes? I mean, it just kind of seems a little weird.
If he's playing the Batman from the Flash universe, like the current one, yeah, he'll be 5 minutes. Because, he'll be there in the beginning, and then when Flash comes back from trying to fix Flashpoint, he'll be there receiving the letter from Thomas Wayne. So he wouldn't be in it that much.
That kind of bums me out too.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, like, I mean, if they're telling the truth and they're saying Ben Affleck just received the script last week, he agreed to it, you can't think that they wrote, like, a lengthy part for him and we're just like, you know what I mean? Or they would have sent it to him forever ago.
Batman didn't have a lengthy part. Thomas Wayne had a lengthy part in Flashpoint, not Bruce Wayne.
Yes, so that's why I'm a little confused, I guess, because I thought Michael Keaton was being brought on as a Bruce Wayne from a different timeline, not Thomas Wayne. And now I'm hearing he's Thomas Wayne. I don't know what to make of it, man. I'm still, first off, I'm still like on the fence about Ezra Miller's Flash. Like, I know that a lot of it probably had to do with the writing when Joss Whedon took over. That didn't make me a fan of his Flash because it was too much of a goofy comic relief in it, and he wasn't Flash to me at all.
No.
He didn't encompass what Barry Allen is at all. And then the whole choking out a female, and then like the thing being brought up about that, like I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's not a funny situation. Like, it just kind of blows my mind that like it's just not talked about. So I'm not the biggest fan of this movie coming out. I'll be honest with you, because I just don't like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I like Andy Muschietti as a director,
directing,
and based off of the previous work that he has done. But I don't know how I feel about this movie. And I love the Flash, man. I love the character of the Flash. And would I enjoy a Flash movie? Absolutely. I just don't know if I'm super excited. Like I probably would be based off a certain situation.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. But other than the Batman, I think the whole Snyder Cut thing still has me really stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have The Boys coming out next week. 1 week from today. Season 2. First 3 episodes. I got
stuff falling over. The Boys. That's right, dude.
Yeah.
The Boys season 2.
Dude. Was that your producer, like, signing signals and stuff?
Yeah, she was just checking to see if I'm okay. We're still going live, and I assured her, yes, we are still live. The Boys season 2. Oh my God, I can't believe we're here. It's about to happen.
I want to see a whale get penetrated by a boat. That's all I care about. I'm so excited. I want to see that whole scene play out. I want to see it happen. I want to see Homelander drink breast milk from his son, and that's gonna be great.
From his son.
Not from his son. His son has supposed to have the bottle, but he drinks it because he's an asshole and does not let his son drink the milk because he wants it.
People have not seen the show are like, what the fuck is going on?
If you haven't seen The Boys, go get your free trial of Amazon Prime. Watch The Boys. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
The Boys is... I don't even know, man. The Boys... Is it my favorite show? It might be my favorite show.
It's fantastic.
I don't know, man. Like, Stranger Things is up there, though. But The Boys season 1, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough,
Go
man.
back. I wish I could pull out the trailer for season 2 because it's out of this world crazy. It's so good. And there's so many elements that I can't wait to see unfold. I really can't. It's the craziest thing I've seen as a take for the superhero genre.
Yeah.
Like the Butcher, the last time we saw him, if you haven't watched it, turn off your volume, mute it now, because I'm going to talk about the season 1 of The Boys. In 3, 2, 1. The last time we saw the Butcher, he realized his wife had a super son and was flabbergasted about what happened. Right?
Good word. Yeah, good word.
And now we have to flash forward to see what happens? Like, he's in their front lawn. Homelander and his ex-wife, their house, their front lawn with their super kid. He's just sitting there like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What happens? How does he escape Homelander? Because obviously, based off the trailer for season 2, Homelander is going after him. So how does he escape? What happens between that? Like, the questions racing through my mind.
I'm trying to think of like what my favorite scene is from season 1. There's like so many that come to mind. And again, like if you haven't watched The Boys season 1, I apologize. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna talk about it. It's tough between the scene where and I can't remember that superhero's name that they capture and he ends up exploding in that room. I know. Doesn't he have like dynamite up his ass or something like that?
Yeah, because he's invisible. What is his name?
And then freaking Huey's just like covered in like blood and guts, and he's just standing there like. And then the scene where the dolphin flies out of the.
Oh, it's the best scene. That's my favorite scene. The Deep's trying to drive the dolphin to safety, and then it gets ejected.
It just flies out the windshield. Oh my god, that scene is incredible.
What is his name?
I know. I forget what his name is.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Invisible for like.
Yeah, I forget what it is. Shit.
Isn't it like transparent?
Is it something like that?
It's something close to that. I don't remember.
Let's see.
Translucent.
Yeah.
Translucent. That's what it is.
Translucent. Yeah. So he explodes, and I think every scene with like the butcher, but like every character's great. Like Mother's Milk.
Oh yeah.
Like he's incredible. Yeah, that's literally his name for people who haven't watched the show. His name is Mother's Milk. And then what I also real quick in season 2, the season 2 trailer, what I loved is Frenchie when they're showing like the boys on the news and they're talking about Billy, the butcher,
and this guy,
and this guy, and it's like, what the hell? Like really? Like they don't even know my name. Like it's so you have to watch season 1 to like fully understand like these characters. I'm so glad you brought this up, man. I totally forgot it was coming out next week, and now I have butterflies in my stomach. I'm so excited for this.
I don't know if I want to wait.
I can't wait
for all the episodes to come out to watch it, or if I'm going to watch the first 3 and then go week by week. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Because I think on September 4th when it premieres, you get the first 2 episodes, right? Oh, 3? Yes. How many episodes are in the season? 8? Okay. So, there's no question. I'm going to watch. I have to watch all of it. I have to. Yeah, I just have to. I can't. Like, I've been waiting for a freaking year for this to come out. I can't wait. Oh my god, I'm already thinking about other scenes from season 1 that just kind of blew my mind, like the plane scene with Homelander.
Dude, wild.
And, like that scene gave me the chills. Like that was insane.
Yeah.
So if we haven't sold you guys on The Boys yet, if you haven't watched it, I don't know what you're doing. Watch The Boys.
Yes.
I mean, watch The Boys.
Watch it. Just get your free trial of Amazon Prime. You got 30 days, or wait until the whole season 2 comes out. Get your trial, watch seasons 1 and 2 back to back, and enjoy life. 8 episodes a pop each season. That's 16 episodes. You will not be disappointed because it's freaking fantastic.
I'm telling you, if there's a show that I could sell anybody on that I had to like, if I was like a sales associate and I had to promote, I would choose The Boys.
Yes.
Like, I'm telling you, like if you're really into like the superhero genre and you want a different take on it, watch The Boys. But even if you're not, and you just want an incredible show that just is gonna blow your freaking mind, watch The Boys.
Yes.
Watch The Boys. I'm telling you. I think we had an whole episode, like a review of Boys season
We had my favorite segment, villain or just a dick, with the main hero, Homelander.
Homelander? Did we call him a dick?
Oh, he was a villain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was.
Shit, because he's a dick though.
He's a dick, but he's a dick, but he's also a villain.
He's a piece of shit.
Villains have dick tendencies.
Yeah, that's a shirt right there, my friend. That's a
yeah,
shirt.
It is. Villains have dick tendencies.
Dick tendencies, yeah. And he for sure is a villain with dick tendencies. Oh my god. Literally, Homelander, like he's just like one of his lines he says is, "I can do whatever I want," but you have to like watch it in context. Like, there was a promotional poster for The Boys season 2, and it was Homelander on top of a skyscraper, pissing off the building onto the city.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Like, that's literally because like who's
I need to read the comics because the TV series, fantastic. And I heard that the comics are a lot more brutal and insane.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Than the TV series. So I need to go purchase myself as many volumes as this series has and read every single one of them.
Yeah, the comics are more brutal than the TV show.
Yeah.
There was stuff that they were going to include in the TV show that I don't know if it was Amazon or whatever, that they said we have to remove this. Like this is too much. Yeah. Like it's too much. Which is saying a lot because when you watch the TV show, there's a lot of unsettling moments that kind of make you feel like, ugh. But it is still an incredible show. Like there was never a moment in that show where I thought this is too much for me. I got to turn it off. Like there's some great comedic moments. There's very over the top, gory, just mind blowing moments. But there's also a lot of dramatic, great dialogue and story. Like I think that's what, like, the thing I took out of it the most was how brilliant the story is.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's just, it is. It's a really, really great story. And it actually has a lot of heart. I will admit, like, I know some people are like, wait, what? I'm telling you, The Boys, it does. Like, amongst all the other crazy shit that goes on, the story has a lot of heart, and I can't recommend that show enough. Oh my God. I love that show. Yeah, man.
Well, with that being said, I think it's a good time to wrap up. We've been going for an hour. Thank you all for tuning in, for participating, commenting. We appreciate it. Robin appreciates. The bat symbol appreciates. The logo appreciates. But yes, thank you. And to everyone who watched, we appreciate you. And Kev and everyone else.
Yes, man.
TGIF and cheers.
Cheers, buddy.